So Mamata Banerjee has come under sharp criticism over two things. Number one, what appears to now be an extremely insensitive comment about a rape survivor. And secondly, the violence that ensued in the polling that was going on in the by-elections in Asansol. Now, what explains particularly her comments against a rape victim? Should the law of the land not do its job? Should the police not be doing its job? And when the Chief Minister says what she does, questioning the motive, saying that I do not know, it could be a love affair, is this not downright insensitive? Let's first listen in to what she had to say.
একটাও ঘটনা ঘটেছে আমাদের এখানে কত উৎসব পালিত হয় কোনো ঘটনা ঘটে না কিন্তু অনেক ঘটনার মধ্যে একটা ছোট্ট ঘটনা ঘটে গেলেই যেটা আমরা পছন্দ করি না তা সত্ত্বেও হয়ে যায় নিজেদের মধ্যে সেইটা নিয়ে সারাক্ষণ এই করে বেড়াচ্ছেন পুলিশ এখনো জানতে পারেনি আমি জিজ্ঞেস করলাম এই যে তোমরা দেখাচ্ছ বারবার একটা বাচ্চা মেয়ে মারা গেছে নাকি রেপড হয়ে আপনি রেপড বলবেন না প্রেগনেন্ট বলবেন না লাভ অ্যাফেয়ার্স বলবেন এটা এনকোয়ারি করেছেন কি আমি পুলিশকে জিজ্ঞেস করলাম ঘটনাটা খারাপ অ্যারেস্ট হয়ে গেছে কিন্তু ছেলেটির সাথে মেয়েটির নাকি লাভ অ্যাফেয়ার ছিল আমি শুনেছি ইজ ইট এ ফ্যাক্ট ডিজি সাহেব এখানে আছেন
I would like to welcome Saket Gokhale, National Spokesperson of the TMC, and Govardhan Das, BJP leader and professor of the JNU. Mr. Gokhale, first to you, the opposition is calling this an extremely insensitive and unfair and unjust remark by the Chief Minister. A sitting Chief Minister, even before investigation in a case of rape and murder, is saying that it could be a love affair, it could be this, it could be that, and much is being made out. Will you at least agree that this is just insensitive? I mean, before the investigation is complete, it's almost a judgment that has been passed.
May I speak, Mr. Upadhyay?
Sure.
Thank you. And I do not answer rhetorical questions. So here's what happened. I saw the clip that you showed right now and the translation that was being given at the bottom of the subtitles. You've completely eliminated 3 sentences before she turned to the DGP of police. Now, let me put down some facts for you and actually tell you what she was saying. Because there's a lot of people who are going to watch it. Majority of this country that doesn't speak Bengali are going to read those selective subtitles and, the agenda goes on. So let me tell you the incident. On the 4th of April, a 14-year-old girl had gone to a birthday party where one of the people present was the son of a Gram Panchayat leader. Afterwards, the girl came home. She complained of abdominal pain and bleeding. The mother rushed to a local quack at that point, and before she could come back, the daughter had died. This was on the 4th of April. On the 5th, in a very rushed manner, before a post-mortem could be done without even taking the body to hospital, the body was hastily cremated by the family. This was on the 5th. On the 10th, the father went to the police station, registered an FIR under sections of rape, murder, as well as conspiracy and destruction of evidence. The FIR was immediately registered. The father named the Trinamool local leader's son as the accused. He was arrested. Based on his statement, another accused has been arrested. All that the Chief Minister of West Bengal was saying on stage, and I will transcribe it for you, is that there is a lot of media right now targeting the state government saying that there was an incident of gang rape. The case is under investigation. There was no post-mortem done. The police are investigating whether it was a rape, number one. The fact that murder has happened, the police has already arrested 2 accused. And there are all sorts of rumors coming in. Now, let me tell you the rumors that are coming in from where the incident actually happened. In the course of the incident, there have been people who have gone to the police and said to them that this could very well have been an honor killing. Also, there is family,
Okay.
that's why immediately cremated her in the night and 5 days later decided to go to the police. So here's the thing. Nobody is interfering with the investigation. The Chief Minister is not directing the police. The Chief Minister has said that no matter who the guilty is, no matter from what party he is, no matter how high or low that person is, whose son, daughter, whatever, that person should be arrested and brought to justice. That is all the Chief Minister is saying. But to selectively pick apart and not look at the facts of the case, I've not seen a single media outlet talk about what actually happened there. It is not the Chief Minister's statement. It is the locals who are saying that this could have been a case of honor killing, and that's why the body was burnt in the haze.
Govardhan Das,
This is
how
not
would you
happened
respond?
by-
You
not
see, you've
very
heard the
much.
TMC's
This
version.
is
They're
not-
saying that the Chief Minister has never indicated or implied that this is a love affair, gone wrong, or attached any other motives.
So
How would
good
you
eve-
respond?
good eve- yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening,
to you
sir.
all. See, this is no matter how much he wants to make a story, but the thing is, Chief Minister, she's saying this is a small incident. Is it any murder case, any rape case? It's a small incident. And of
She
course,
didn't say small
and-
incident for this. She said it for Ram Navami, the clashes that happened on Ram Navami.
Madam,
That's what
sir,
she's talking about.
Sir, I did not interrupt you. Why you are?
Yeah,
why
so don't
you are,
lie though. I mean, I know you're from the BJP, but don't lie, please.
No.
Small
You
incident
just
was the
simply-
Ram Navami
you
clashes,
just-
not
you-
the
you
rape.
Just be quiet. Be quiet.
The small incident was the Ram Navami clashes.
The हिम्मत रखिए सुनने का. Be quiet. Be quiet.
आपसे-
And this is your
आपसे-
culture.
आप
So
कौन है
you-
सर हिम्मत? मतलब
you
आप
guys-
कौन है कौन?
See, this is what you
One,
have-
one
you
by one.
heard that.
Yeah.
What she's saying.
You're going to
small
lie
incidents.
shamelessly. I will correct you.
Come on. Can you be quiet for a couple of
She said
minutes?
the Ram
I
Navami
did not
clashes were
interrupt
a
you.
small incident.
Why you are interrupting? Why you are interrupting?
Correct yourself.
No, Mr. Gokhale, 1 minute. I'm going to come back to you. You'll get your right to reply. At least let him speak.
So
Govardhan Das.
basically, this is not the single incident. It's the incidents is happening throughout West Bengal. Recently, 5 state assembly election been concluded without a single incident. Whenever the vote comes, whenever the election comes, there is a violence, there is murder, there is rape, and in fact, murder rape is continued in West Bengal throughout the year. And it is their culture, and this is the inherited culture. They inherited it from the communists, and they just simply goons change their jersey. And Chief Minister, she's a weak administrator, and she cannot really handle her goons, and they continue to rape, murder in everywhere. So this is not the single incident, and this is not the first time she is saying this is a small incident. This is a kind of whether is a rape, whether is the love affair, whether there is a murder. Before, we have seen several times she's kind of putting the bar. If it is a murder, this is a 20,000 rupees. It is a half murder. This is some.
Okay, I get the point that you're making. Saket Gokhale, I want to come back to you. You see, with the Chief Minister on stage with a microphone, with the DGP in attendance, you say that you have given the complete picture. My point is that if she says something where she turns to the DGP and says, am I right? Correct? She turns around and says that this is what you told me. Will this not be seen, at least politically by your opponents, as a situation where the Chief Minister is attaching a matter of law and order to her pride?
Yes, Mr. Upadhyay,
That
I got your
somebody is
question.
maligning me. Everything cannot be about her political pride, her political position.
If you will refrain from comment and let me actually answer instead of commenting for me, I can actually give you a comment on your question. Number one, first of all, it is disgusting and shameful that Mr. Das here makes a statement saying that West Bengal is a culture of rape and murder. I think he's a Bengali. I'm a Maharashtrian and I feel hurt. But see, that's the thing. When these people join the BJP, they forget all their identities and they will malign the state that they come from. To say something like West Bengal is a culture of rape is incredibly disgusting and insulting for the people of Bengal. But anyway, that person is non-cognizable. Now, let me tell you this. Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, also holds the Home Ministry portfolio. The DGP is supervising the investigation. The DGP obviously reports on the findings of the investigation to the Home Minister, who in this case is also the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal. The Director General of Police had said something to the chief minister turned towards him and said, had you not said this to me, that something like this came up during your investigations? That's the question, sir. How is that interference? She's the Home Minister of the state. Is the Home Minister not? I mean, should a Home Minister, what should we do? Should we get Mr. Amit Shah to conduct the investigation now? The Home Minister of the state is not supposed to supervise.
No, ideally matters of investigation are not discussed in an open microphone. I guess you would agree with that also.
What did she discuss? Was she discussing the case diary? Was she discussing anything? I mean, here's the thing, okay? If matters of investigation are not to be discussed, then I'm very surprised how the BJP member here, any of the BJP guys, the whole Hathras incident, you had the ADG law and order and everyone commenting.
Mr. Govardhan Das, how would you respond to this?
Saying it's an international conspiracy.
Let me answer.
That time you were commenting on the investigation openly. It wasn't
Mr.
even the
Govardhan Das.
Don't teach me Bengali
Mr. Govardhan Das,
culture.
you may counter the TMC here.
Police burned the body, not the family. The police
One by one, please. One by one, please.
Bengal
Let me hear an answer also. A question has been asked.
You guys are violent. You guys, the TMC is violent. That this is TMC culture. I never said it's the Bengal culture.
You said Bengal culture.
Listen carefully.
Don't
Listen
act like Savarkar now.
You don't teach me Bengali culture, okay?
Don't act like Savarkar.
I know Bengali culture. By birth I'm a Bengali.
You insulted the people of West Bengal.
I know this Bengal more than you.
Just
You
like
don't
Modi
teach
and
Bengal
Bengal
culture.
also insult
I
Bengal.
don't teach me Bengal culture.
That's why Bengal kicked the party
Okay,
out.
there's one moment. We are going in a loop. One moment. I have to move on. Govardhan Das as well as Saket Gokhale. There's a second part to this debate, and that is violence in the by-elections. One moment, Mr. Govardhan Das. Mr. Govardhan Das, one by one. So there's a second part to this discussion, that is violence. Now, the BJP, Mr. Govardhan Das, your candidate, she has alleged that her car was attacked, and also alleging that this is because of the Trinamool Congress. Now, do you have any proof to suggest that this was done by the TMC?
The media clip is everywhere. This is, you can see very well. This is not only the Asansol election. In the year 2018 election, only 35% seat been uncontested. Hundreds been murdered after the assembly elections. The lakhs of people had to flee. So this is a violence by the TMC. And TMC people know they cannot win a single seat by fair elections. So that's what they do. They make goons. They hire goons. This is what they did. They destroyed all the work culture, and they shut all the industries. There is no job. People are completely dependent on them. They are feeding and they are making goons. They give.
No, one moment. So you're saying that you're pegging your allegations on the basis of local media reports, correct? If I've heard you correctly.
What? Sorry.
You are basically alleging that this was done. This violence attack on the vehicle of your Asansol BJP candidate was done at the behest of the TMC by TMC members on the basis of media reports. That's how you have arrived to this conclusion.
Media reports. So
okay. Saket Gokhale, your response.
Who else is going to attack? Who else is going to attack other than the TMC?
One by one. Mr. Das, one moment. A reply, please. One by one, please. Yes.
He actually said, and everybody watching this.
Five states concluded their assembly elections.
Mr. Das, one by one, please.
Are you done? Are you done ranting? Are you done being frustrated? Can I speak now? Okay. He did not say local media reports. Everyone heard what he said. He said based on the video clippings. I'm watching the video clipping play in front of me right now on your channel. I don't see a single one of those people pelting stones wearing a TMC badge around their necks. So I don't know how this gentleman watched the video clip and suddenly decided they're TMC workers. Same thing had happened during last year's election where Lockett Chatterjee had alleged. Look, here's the thing. They deployed central forces. Okay. Miss Paul, by the way, who alleges there was stone throwing, has been going into election booths with her security guards and intimidating voters. The Election Commission today evening, by the way, you should report this, has not only called for an action taken report on allegations, the Election Commission has issued her with a warning saying that you cannot take your central forces, your whatever Y category security people inside the booth and intimidate voters. She's been trying to do that. She's been going to polling booths with all her security guards and she's been threatening voters. So this is not me saying it. Election Commission today at 4:30 p.m. had given her a warning. Election Commission has issued a warning telling Ms. Paul of the BJP that you're going into booths and you're intimidating, you're carrying your security with you, and that is against poll guidelines. As far as the issue of, because of goons, nobody stood for the elections that uncontested. Let me remind the BJP gentleman here that in Jammu Kashmir local body polls, nobody put up a candidate against the BJP. So what does that mean? BJP was going around terrorizing people in the Kashmir Valley. I mean, here's the thing. They said 200 par in last year's election. They got humiliated. The problem with the BJP is that they cannot handle humiliation. So now they're going to try and do the people of West Bengal gave their mandate, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Gave the TMC more seats than the last time.
Okay.
So the people of Bengal...
Okay, very quickly. Quick response from Mr. Govardhan Das, running out of time.
Your elected MLA was threatening the general people not to vote. So remember, Election Commission had to take the action against him. Your elected MLA, number 1. Number 2, how dare you are comparing the West Bengal with the Jammu and Kashmir? You are trying to make the West Bengal Jammu and Kashmir. This is the TMC. So you are unmasking yourself. You are unmasking yourself that you are trying to make West Bengal and like Jammu and Kashmir. Just have some shame. Have some shame. So you are coming from Maratha, you do not know anything about Bengal, and you are commenting on Bengal, and you are comparing Bengal with the Jammu and Kashmir. Have some shame.
I would be shocked. You will be sacked from the BJP for this. You're saying Kashmir is the same after Article 370 abrogation. Just said that right now.
Now you tried to compare Bengal with the Jammu and Kashmir. Have some shame.
My goodness. Nothing has changed in Kashmir after 370.
With your small knowledge, don't come without preparing, without knowing a
Okay,
fact.
gentlemen, I have to come in here.
Don't come on without knowing facts.
The point is that another by-election, another round of elections, and another round of violence. Why has this become some sort of a staple in West Bengal? I think that was the point of discussion that we were carrying out. But thank you very much, Saket Gokhale as well as Govardhan Das, for joining us.
Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of this broadcast. Good night and goodbye.